structure of nephron, right? What is a nephron, Amma?
It's a basic unit and a basic functional thing of kidney.
Basic structural and the functional unit of kidney. The main function done by the nephron is filtration. It will filter our blood. It will filter our blood and the waste liquid material it will send out of our body. That is the main function done by nephron. Nephron is having two parts. One is Malpighian body and the other one is renal tubule. Yes, one is Malpighian body and the other one is renal tubule. Malpighian body we already discussed. What is a Malpighian body? Malpighian body is made up of two parts. Yes or not? What are those two parts of a Malpighian body? One is Bowman's capsule, a cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule, and the other part is called glomerulus. What is the other part, Amma? Glomerulus. Inside the Bowman's capsule, we can find a bunch of capillaries called glomerulus. This glomerulus is started with a blood vessel, nothing but called as afferent arteriole. It enters into the Bowman's capsule as afferent arteriole and leaves the Bowman's capsule as efferent arteriole. Are you able to understand what I am teaching? Are you listening or not?
As teacher.
These parts I already discussed with you. Malpighian body contains two parts. One is cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule. In that Bowman's capsule, we can find a bunch of blood capillaries. That bunch of blood capillaries is called glomerulus. Bunch of blood capillaries called glomerulus. Okay, and to form this glomerulus, renal artery must enter into each and every nephron. So the entering part is called efferent arteriole, and the leaving, which is leaving from the Bowman's capsule, the leaving blood vessel is called efferent arteriole. Is it clear, Amma? Did you understand till here?
Yes, teacher.
So, this is the recap of your teaching part, Nana. So, today we are going to learn about renal tubule. The next part of the nephron is renal tubule. If you see the structure of a nephron, this is nothing but a folded tube-like structure. A folded part nothing but a tube-like structure, elongated one, a long lengthy tube-like structure which is elongated part. And if you see the down part of the nephron, it is very thin compared to the upper part of the nephron. So today we are going to learn this particular part. This particular part is called renal tubule. Renal means which is related to kidney. Tubule means which is in a long tube-like structure. This particular part is called renal tubule. The renal tubule contains majorly four parts, Nana. Renal tubule has majorly four parts. The first part, did you see the first convolution? Ma convolution means meliki tirigi undatam. Okay, first convolution. This first convoluted part, this particular part is the first convolution part. So we will call it as This part is called proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule, and for this another name is there, Nana, that is first convoluted tubule. First convoluted tubule. See, in the name itself we have the meaning. Proximal. Proximal means pro. Pro means which is a forward version, that is called a pro. So proximal is the front portion. Convoluted means which is a turned. Convoluting means meliki tirugundatam nanna, which is turned. And what is this particular part? Tubule. So that's why we will call it as proximal convoluted tubule. There is another name for this, Nana, that is FCT, first convoluted tubule. In the renal tubule we will observe many portions. So out of all these portions, this is the first portion we are discussing now. That's why we will call it as first convoluted tubule. Did you understand the word?
Yes, teacher.
Emma, first part understood or not? Okay. So this is the first convoluted tubule. And then again we will see convulsions in this back part. This back part of the renal tubule again showed convolution. This part is called distal convoluted tubule. The back part is called distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule. Distal means back portion, and this is otherwise called as SCT, second convoluted tubule. Okay, did you understand? This back part of the renal tubule is called distal convoluted tubule. Distal means which is the back portion. Convoluted means which is turned, and it is a tubule. So we will call it as distal convoluted tubule. And the other name for this is second convoluted tubule. This is a first convoluted tubule. This is called second convoluted tubule. And this first and the second convoluted tubules are joined by a U-shaped structure. Did you see an U shape in this diagram? Emma, are you able to see an U-shaped tubule? This U-shaped tubule is called Henle's loop. Henle's loop or loop of Henle. Henle's loop or loop of Henle. Henle's loop, this particular part is called Henle's loop. Loop means which has shown a complete turning, U-turn, just like an U-turn. A complete turning it has taken. That's why it is called a loop. This particular loop was observed by the scientist Henle. So, upon that scientist name only, they given that part name. What is that part name, Amma? What is this part name? Loop of Henle or Henle's loop. This particular part name is called loop of Henle or Henle's loop. And if you observe PCT and DCT, this is called proximal convoluted tubule. This is called distal convoluted tubule. If you compare these two parts and this particular part, the width of the tubule is narrow. The Henle's loop tubule is narrow compared to PCT and DCT. Did you observe that point? These two are in a broad. These two are broad compared to the diameter. If you observe the diameter of the tubules, these two are in a broad manner. But if you see the Henle's loop, the tube is very narrow. Narrow means sannaga undatam nanna. Okay. This is a narrow part compared to the Henle's loop. why it was narrow. There is a reason behind the narrow part of the Henle's loop. The narrowness is because to create a pressure. You already know, suppose if you connect a water pipe to a tap, if you squeeze that water pipe at one particular part, the other side, if you observe the water flow in the other side, the water flow with the more pressure. Have you seen that effect any time? If you apply pressure at the middle of that flowing tube, the other side, the water which is coming from the other side, it will come out with a more pressure. Or otherwise, while watering plants, when we are watering to the plants, during that time we will put our thumb upon that tube. What is the reason for keeping like that? Water pipe, while watering to the plants time, we will a little part, a part of that tube we will cover with a thumb. What is the reason? To allow the water move with a more force. If you close some part of the tube with the finger, pressure will be created. Because of the more pressure, water wants to escape outside very fast. So it will move with a high speed. This is also same. To allow the water with a more, to allow the urine with a more pressure, the Henle's loop shows a narrow area. Did you understand, Nana? So these are the three main parts of the renal tubule. First one, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Back one is called DCT, distal convoluted tubule. And the U-shaped part is called Henle's loop. And DCT opens into a final tube-like part. That tube-like part is called collecting duct. That tube-like part is called collecting duct. Duct, not namna. Duct. Duct means tube. Okay. The DCT opens into a final tube called collecting duct. We will call it as CD. CD means, don't think a compact disc. Not a compact disc, Nana. CD means collecting duct. These are the major parts of the renal tubule. Ma, why I am giving this much detailed explanation is, this is a repeatedly asking diagram in your exam. Repeatedly they are asking this diagram for 4 marks. Just for 4 marks, this simple diagram they are giving. This diagram is very simple, but where you will do the mistake is while labeling time. While writing the parts names, you will write mistakes, even spelling mistakes also. Okay, that is the reason why I am repeating these many times. Bowman's capsule. Ma, 10th class students, please listen to me seriously. Bowman's capsule, glomerulus. Inside the Bowman's capsule we have glomerulus. Starting blood vessel is called efferent arteriole. Coming out blood vessel is called efferent arteriole. This is a PCT. What is PCT? Proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule continues with an U-shaped structure called Henle's loop or loop of Henle. Loop of Henle again continues as DCT, distal convoluted tubule or second convoluted tubule. DCT finally opens into a duct called collecting duct. Finally opens into a duct called connecting duct. Now, until here is it clear, Nana? All the parts? Now, come to the, see, each and every part, each and every cell in our body is surrounded by blood vessel. Yes or not? Our each and every cell needs blood. So to bring the blood vessel, to bring the blood, we need blood vessel. If blood vessel is not there, blood cannot go to each and every cell. Yes or not? Yes. So here also afferent arteriole opened into Bowman's capsule and formed a bunch. What is that bunch? Glomerulus. What is that bunch? Glomerulus. So after forming a bunch, the blood vessel leaves the cup as afferent arteriole. Now this afferent arteriole, which is coming outside, it forms a network around the renal tubule. It forms a network. Network means around the tubule, around it will forms a mesh-like structure. It forms a network around the tubule. The entire tubule will be covered by a network. In your textbook diagram, you can see clearly. A network like a mesh like a covering will be seen around the tubule. What is that network? That network is called peritubular network. The entire tube will be covered by a network. That network is called peritubular network. What is that network name, Amma? Peritubular network. This peritubular network which is covering around the nephron, until the DCT part it will cover around the nephron. After coming to the DCT, it will start taking blood away from that part. The blood vessel which takes blood towards the organ is called artery. Which takes towards the organ is called artery. The blood vessel which brings blood away from the organ is called vein. These two things you know or not? These two things you know or not? See, renal artery enters into the Bowman's capsule as afferent arteriole and leaves the Bowman's capsule as efferent arteriole. That efferent arteriole forms a network around the nephron. What is that network name? What is that network name? Peritubular network. Now, the blood vessel is moving away from that particular cell. So, moving away means what we should call? Blood vessel moving away from the organ means what we should call? Vein. We should call it as vein. So, while leaving that nephron, the peritubular network forms as renal venule. Venule is the smallest part of the vein. That all renal venules come together and form renal vein. And this renal vein will comes out of the kidney. You already know the diagram. Once remember LS of kidney, longitudinal section of kidney we have drawn like this, no? Longitudinal section of kidney. While drawing that time we have drawn two blood vessels. One is coming blood vessel, one is going blood vessel. The coming blood vessel is renal artery, going blood vessel is called renal vein. So after entering into the kidney, how they are modified? That modification is nothing but this part, Nana. I will draw in a sketch manner, you will understand clearly.